Have you ever seen a movie that made you feel like you were literally wasting your brain cells? That's this movie. In fact, that's this trilogy. These movies have been made for the modern TikTok generation. The people who like to scroll through their phone and just find stuff that makes them laugh. They don't want anything serious. As a matter of fact, for them, the less serious, the better. They're looking for laughs, and that is what this movie is delivering. I see you, Sony. I see you. Venom: The Last Dance is the last film in the Venom trilogy. I'm sorry, I just can't believe we got a live-action Looney Tunes trilogy. Venom: The Last Dance stars Tom Hardy, of course, but this is a sequel, so we have some new members joining the cast as well. We have Juno Temple, Rhys Ifans, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. Sorry, I just can't say this guy's name. It's just very complicated. My American mouth is not used to saying anything more complicated than Bill or Bob or Joe or Tom. Sorry. It picks up where we last saw Eddie, on the run and hiding out in Mexico due to the events of Venom: Let There Be Carnage. But just as it seems like lying low is going to work out, some creatures from space come and start hunting Venom and Eddie. There's only one last dance for these two. And I think that title works out well, especially when you see the scene later on in the movie when Venom is dancing with Mrs. Chen. There's so much talent in this movie. Lots of great and extremely established actors. And it makes me wonder why. One would only need to read the script to see that this movie is going to be heavy on the campy, corny humor. And yet these people who have some very impressive resumes decided to sign up for this movie anyway. I'm a little perplexed. Paychecks. I bet you that's the reason why. Paychecks. Money is one hell of a motivator. If you watch these movies and try to put out of your mind the source material and your childhood dreams, then there is probably something exciting to watch here. Tom Hardy does a great job with the playful banter between he and Venom. If you didn't know, Venom's voice is also Tom Hardy, so just interesting tidbit. He's literally talking to himself, but not really in the same scene. You know, he's probably filming a voiceover later on. And you can tell that Tom is having a good time, and for that, I'm grateful. I am happy to see him happy. But Tom, I have to say, I think this is just so beneath you. When I look at Tom Hardy's resume on IMDb, this man has been in some truly great movies. He used to be very particular about the roles he takes. Now he's like Nicolas Cage, taking any role regardless of the substance or quality. Venom in these movies has the mind of a child. He's extremely intelligent. He has proven that he knows stuff, but he's like an emotionally and mentally stunted genius. He's seeking a friend, and his relationship with Eddie is clearly one of the best things to happen to him. Or it. Is Venom a male or a female? What gender is Venom? Look at me. Why am I trying to worry about the gender of an alien symbiote? That's so modern American of me. The relationship between Eddie and Venom is one of the most interesting parts about this movie. These two do have a very strong bond, and you can tell that these are, they're friends. They care about each other. They love each other for all intents and purposes, as much as someone can love an alien symbiote that has grabbed onto your body and is talking into your head. It's like The Odd Couple if one of them was mentally a 6-year-old. It's not a very long movie, and yet it still had enough slow moments that it actually got kind of boring at times. I actually checked my watch. How does a movie that is this short actually manage to drag? I mean, that's impressive. As a matter of fact, I would say that Venom: Let There Be Carnage was more entertaining than this movie, although that is just marginally so. We've got lots of CGI action, lots of explosions, and just way too much stupidity. The silly tone of this movie really works against what it is trying to do with Null. This movie wants you to think that Null is this menacing force to be reckoned with, and yet the movie is so silly and campy and cheesy and corny that it takes away from any badass stuff that Null has to contribute. Which, by the way, Null is barely in this movie, so don't go in thinking you're going to get a lot of stuff from him. Sorry if you consider that to be a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just telling you, check your Null expectations at the damn door. This is not Venom. This is a parody of Venom. I believe wholeheartedly that we are going to get a true Venom storyline. I believe it, and I'm going to keep believing it until someone takes that hope and rips it away from me. We're gonna get a Venom that is menacing, that is dark, and completely not an idiot. If you loved the first two movies, I think you will like this movie. It has more of the exact same thing. It literally is just, it feels like a continuation of the second one, which felt like a continuation of the first one. There is no real evolution with these movies. They didn't really get better. They just continued on the same exact trajectory. I think this movie is meant for people who don't really feel too attached to the character of Venom or Venom's lore and just want a solid popcorn flick with lots of humor. And this movie delivers that for sure. However, if you are someone that wants a quality storyline, that wants a movie that actually can be taken serious, then this is not that movie. For me, this movie is a 4 out of 10. It's a solid one-time watch, and actually, while I was watching it, I kept being reminded of the Fantastic Four movies that had Rhys Ifans in it. If you understand why I'm saying that, then we're speaking the same language, okay? So, did you guys see this movie yet? Do you plan on seeing it? Please put your thoughts on this movie in the comments and let me know. Did you like this video? If you did, then hit that awesome little like button. And if you want to hear more things from me, subscribe to this channel. Later.